welcome to part 6 of our German Panzer tank group build. As I said in part 5, this particular episode is going to have a lot of painting because we've got to get some stuff painted. we're about as far as we can go with putting things together. And to talk about putting things together, the turret itself, because it's got to be white, painted white on the inside and then the tan on the outside, I'm going to paint this in its separate pieces rather than put it together. But I'll only paint it, I'm going to do the white. So I'm going to do all the interior of it white. Then I will glue it together. And then all I got to do is block the holes, which is not going to be too much of a problem if paint was to get through, because you really can't see anything in there. There's the driver, the gunner, and all that sticking out of all these holes here, so you're not going to be able to see much inside. So I don't have to be too concerned about covering up spots and that. So it should be all right. That's in the base, so that'll be fine. But yeah, it's all going to be done white, and then when I put it together, then I can spray the outside. But it needs to be undercoated first, and that's what I've got to do with all these bits here now. In the last video, you would have seen I've done the hull and the upper hull undercoated. Now I need to do these guards that I had to leave off so I could reach the grills that were up under there. So now I'm going to undercoat these. This, our main tank's cannon, I'm going to undercoat it as well. Again, all the interior of these parts behind, the loading mechanism and everything is all white. So that's fine, and I'll be able to spray that white. And the other side, the other will be the tan of the actual tank base color. But as I said, undercoat time. Also, the runners. All these runners are ready to be painted the black rubber. All I have to do is use my liquid mask, which I can't see it here at the moment, but it is somewhere, to cover the top here of inside the rim, and then spray the black rubber, and then our mask will come off and leave the nice tan in the inside there. That's the plan. That will also be done. And that goes with, that was the wheels, sorry. The rollers are in here because I ran out of alligator clips, is what we call these here. I don't know what you call them where you're from, but I run out of them, so I had nothing to hold them with, and I still need more, but anyway. They're ready to do exactly the same as these. Mask, liquid mask, and black rubber on them. So that's going to get done. We have some little pieces in here which can go on later. These are other little accessories like a crankshaft or a crank and a spade and things like that that'll go on the tank later, and be painted separately, of course. All right. Now, once the undercoat is gone down on most of this, the next thing to put down will be the dark grey. And the dark grey will go on the outside of the turret and the hull and upper hull. These will be all done. I won't need to worry about these, because on top of that will be, as I mentioned, using hairspray for chipping. I've changed my mind on that. Like I do. I'm now going into using this AK Worn Effects acrylic fluid for chipping. I watched a video on this being applied, and I really liked the result of how the chipping comes up. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to stay on the safe side. It's, you know, like hairspray is hairspray, and you know, I just want to do it the right way as best I can. So that's what I've got. So that will be put on, but that's getting a bit ahead. All right, I will stop talking now and I will start working on this, and then we'll have a look at it at the stage it'll be at when I've done this painting session. All right, okay, back shortly. Okay, welcome back, guys. I'm just going to show you, I've just put a bit of our liquid mask. There it is there. I hope I don't run out. Yeah, I think I should be all right. Just tip some in there. You can see how that's formed. It's filled it perfectly. All right, so that's what I'm filling. That. So once that's dried, I can spray the black rubber, and that piece will just peel straight out like latex, and there'll be no paint in there whatsoever. And it just flows in there and fills in the spot perfectly. Okay, that's what I like about this liquid mask. Brilliant stuff. I just hope I've got enough. I don't know if you watched the last video, you will have seen that I actually spilt this. The cap blew off and it went everywhere. Yeah. I think it's half full. I think I'll be right. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to keep going and do all of these, and then I'm probably not going to spray them today because it's getting in the afternoon. I want these to set. Doesn't matter how long that mask stays on there. I'm going to leave it till the morning, and then I'll spray, and then I'll give it about an hour for the paint to, you know, be dry enough, and then I'll come along and just take off these liquid masks, and hopefully we'll have some beautiful black rubber tires. All right, okay, I'll keep going and finish all these wheels. I don't remember how many there are. It could be something like, I think it was 18 or something. Anyway, yeah, I'll do these, and then of course the rollers as well. The rollers are in here, and I'll also be doing them. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, welcome back, and yeah, there's nothing on the bench. Everything's painted and drying, and even though I've got more parts to paint like these, I've run out of clips to hold them with. And yeah, it's on my bucket list of things I've got to do is buy more of those alligator clips. So yeah, so everything's painting. So I thought I'd do a quick commercial break live and a little recommendation, ickysticky.com. Okay, one of the fellows in my last video made a comment about these ones here, saying to, you know, there's a little hole in there and how to get them out, but these things are really hard to open and close. And to tell you the truth, they're cheap ones off eBay and they're just crap, really. But, you know, that's all I had until Icky Sticky come along with their set of tungsten drill bits. So I'm going to just quickly show you these. Look at this. So $40, that's all it was. You get this, which is a good quality one too. For holding these, you get these drill bits. Look at them, really nice. And they're from 0.1 to 1 millimeter in those ones. Then we go up to 1 millimeter to 2 millimeter drill bits. There's 10 of those. There's 10 in each pack. And then we go 2.1 to 3 millimeter. And yes, I had this one open previously because I will admit I did struggle opening this until I found out how you pull them apart. So if you have a problem opening these, which I did, and I'm not saying anybody else will, but they have on their website a video to explain it. It's just something I hadn't come across before and I struggled with for about an hour. Anyway, but thank you, Jason, too, for giving me a tip. I went back and watched him. He had a similar problem, but not as extreme as me. Yeah, so anyway, great stuff. I'll get some nice quality drill bits and nice and sharp, and they literally go through plastic like butter. Okay, so yeah, ickysticky.com. Fantastic stuff. They're on Facebook and they've got their website, and there's new stuff coming all the time, and I think they'll ship anywhere. Check it out. All right, so moving on, I will go and grab the rollers and the wheels that I've done in the rubber black, because they were done about an hour ago. They should be sort of dry now. We'll have a look at them. I also painted the interior of the turret white, and what I've done, well, let me bring them out. We'll have a look anyway, okay? We're back in about 1.25 seconds. Okay, we're back, and here we go. So there they are, all painted in rubber black. See that? Now, underneath there is a liquid mask, which should peel off and leave our desert tan in the center, which I will do, but not right now, because I literally painted these all an hour ago, and I just want to give them a bit more time to dry. So I'll put those aside, and we'll have a look at the interior of the tank turret. So there they are there. And again, I've just painted these as well. So what I found out is the interior of these tanks were painted white because it was so dark in there. The white would make it easier to see. Now, I didn't want to do a gloss white, like a Tamiya white, you know, because there's, what's the point? And the other thing is, you're not going to be able to see much in there. There is a little chair in there, so maybe there'll be a hatchway or something you could look in and see a chair, which I'll paint. But so what I decided was to do is an off-white. So it's not white, you know, it's an off-white. And in fact, it is actually simply Mr. Finishing Surfer 1500 white primer. And I'm just going to leave it like that. That's as white as I want that interior. I didn't put a thick coat on, so it sort of looks a little bit faded and so forth. So I would imagine it would be quite filthy inside. And later when I put these together and I do have a look to see how much you can see inside, then I may do a bit of a wash on it in there, just to dirty it up a bit. But as you see, the other side is still the original plastic color. When this is dry, which will be in no time at all, what I'll do is I'll give this a coat of primer, going back to the normal grey, and then I'll give it the dark, well, after grey we're doing the dark grey, which is what I'm doing the whole tank in, that's going under the base coat for the chipping. And I won't be too concerned about overspray getting in there, because like I said, I don't think you can see in there very much. So that'll be fine. So that's my idea for the tank's interior. And like I said, I've run out of clips to hold these things with, which I'd like to get primed up. But I'll just go and have a break now and come back, and these will be good enough to take off, and all those wheels and rollers off the alligator clips, and then I can start painting again, which will include these two fenders and this box that sits on the side of the turret. So yeah, so it's coming together. Like I did say in the last video, or maybe I said it early in this video, is there's going to be a lot of painting in this one. Yeah, I want to get a lot painted. All right, so I'll come back and we'll have some stuff painted up. Okay, welcome back. So I've got everything as usual, drying, painted, all good. And now it's time to take the liquid mask off these and see how they came out. All right. Now, I'll be honest with you, I did cheat, and I took one off before I went on camera, because I was a bit concerned that, oh, you know, but as it turns out, look at that. Beautiful, eh? Came off perfectly. So now, it's quite easy, really. All you do, and what I did was I started with pair of tweezers that are flat ends, not the sharp pointy ends, because we don't want to be pulling paint off. And you just get a bit of it. I'll try and get this under the camera. So you just scrape a bit of it off to begin with. And it just comes off like latex, see? See, that's lifting off now. You just work it off, peel it around. I also used a match as well, a toothpick I should say. That seemed to work even better. See, it's coming off like that. All the way around, down the edge. Hope you can see that. Yeah. Just working around. No. I wasn't confident to do the first one under the camera. I mean, if I had messed up, I would have showed you anyway, but, you know. There we go. So take that off. And then it's just a matter of just wiping this. It just comes off. Take it out of the center there. Might be easier, quicker ways to do this. I don't know, but it's working. It's just around those little bolt heads there. But at least you know this stuff really does get in where it can stop the paint coming through. So let's come through there. One there. Good. Yep. Take that off. A little bit more there. Certainly better job than what it might have been if I were trying to mask it. Just run our toothpick along that edge in there. There we go. Off. All good. There's the second one done. All right. So, guess what I've got to do? Work through all these. Now, the smaller ones, I haven't taken one off these. These are the rollers. I'm sure this will be fine. Just got to go like that. Peel it off all the way around. And just grab that piece off the middle. It literally just comes off like latex. There you go. Done. All right. So really happy with those too. Okay, so I'll go and pull these bits of latex stuff off here, or the liquid mask, and then I'll go get the turret that I've painted the interior on, and we'll see how that looks with the, as I said, I did it with just the white Mr. Surfacer. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Hey, welcome back. So I've got all the mask off the wheels here. I'm just doing the little ones at the moment. I know I said I was going to show you the inside of the hull paint, what I already did. I forgot I'd already done that. But these parts here are just piece of cake. They just come off like that. Easy. And what I found too is sometimes with the bigger ones it's stuck in the middle, but if you actually use a piece of that you've built up just to blot it on there, it just picks it straight off. It works like blue tack, just brings it straight up. No problem at all. And then I can take these off. And yeah, so I'm going to pop all them into a container there, reclaim all my toothpicks, and recycle the blue tack. And I'll just keep going now. I'm having a good time with this model. It's working really well. I'm especially looking at these, the result of these coming up. I'm thinking, wow, they come up really well, eh? Like, really happy with them. So everything is going really well. I'm having a good time with this model. I think one of the main reasons is because I haven't tried the tracks yet. Now, I have built the first 2 sections that we do on the jig, and yeah, that was pretty simple. The rest, well, I haven't even started on them yet because I don't need to. That's not till the end of the model when I'm going to do that. But I have watched Jace and Simon in their struggles, and their links are down in the description below if you want to whip over and look at their channel and their effort, which is great. They're doing a great effort trying to keep up with me. But hey, it's not a competition and it's not a race, right? It's definitely not a race. But I am competitive. So, when I start something, I like to, put 110% in if I can. But yeah, check out their models. They've started on the tracks. I think they've actually finished the tracks, and I'd like to thank them for doing that before me, because from your experiences, I've learnt a lot. So I know exactly what not to do, and that's why I'm leaving it till the end, because I'd rather have my struggles at the end than throughout the model with tracks hanging over me, But anyway, you're doing a good job, guys, and we'll get to the finish line together, I'm sure. There's no losers in this. We're all winners, right? Of course we are. All right. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I'll just keep on taking off my mask. Yeah, beautiful. And then we'll go and have a look at some painted bits shortly. Okay, back in a second. Hey all, welcome back. So I'm putting together the back section of the gun, which goes inside the turret here. I've painted this lever here, the gunmetal that it's supposed to be, as well as the loader inside, which is done in gunmetal. Glued them in. I've glued this piece on the back here, and now I just have to add this bit of piping which goes on like here. So just try that first. So that one's going to go in there, like pretty much like that. Yep, that fits. And make sure that's down right. Yeah. And then the other end, well, it's gone right to where it belongs. Touches up on there like that. So I'll just touch some glue in there, so that stays in place how we want. It's fine. And then this one at the top here, just hold that gently in place and I drop it. Gosh, try that again, shall we? That in there. In the right way, yes. That's that. And then that piece goes in there. Just want to touch that in there. Good, that's better. So I just want to put a bit more, probably something a bit stronger, like some CA glue in there. That out. My CA glue spots everywhere. Just put a dab in there. Take this. I'm just going to put that, I'll do it underneath where it can't be seen. Alright, that's not going to go anywhere. So, looks pretty good. And I think that's about all I have to do on that. So that will now get mounted onto here. But first, we've got the little chair in there, which is the rubber, black rubber color. So we've got, where is the black rubber? I think that's in the other room where the airbrush is. Yeah, it is. I'll just grab it. Be back in a second. Okay, so I don't need that because I've already got some mixed. I use these little, you know, like I think they're like little shot glasses. They're plastic, but they're like you put your soy sauce and yeah, I don't know. They're cheap and they're handy to have. So now I just need to find a brush. Which size I'll use? Probably this one. 0. You've only got to just brush the seat there. We'll just give this a bit of a stir. I find that I put the paint in here and thin it for what I'm going to use, and then a little bit excess, I just leave them in these cups, and they'll stay for weeks like this. The thinner will separate from the paint, but you just stir it up again, mix it back in. It's fine. It's as good as new. So there we go. So we're just going to paint the seat now. Let's see how this goes on. That. Just go like this. It'll probably need another coat. It's very thin. It's Tamiya paint. It's not really for brushing. But, that'll work. In fact, I don't mind if it has a few marks in it. You know, it's had a few, you know, bums sitting on it, so it's not going to look perfect, is it? So we might just try and get that to look a bit patchier. I think that'll be fine. I reckon that's about it. Yep, I'm going to leave it looking like that. I'm just going to check with the instructions on that. I think, yeah, the rest of it's white, which I have painted it. Back over. And yeah, there. So this is going to go together now, and then there's our chair sitting in there, and there's the colours XF85, which is the rubber black, and the rest is XF2 white, which I'll leave. So yeah, good. All right, this back for another time. I don't think it'll be used again, but we may need it. And I'll just go clean my brush. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so let's put this turret together, eh? The only thing I remember, there is a left and right side to these. So this is going to sit in there where the shape is like that. So what I'll do is first I'll glue in that piece here. So I'll just put a little bit of glue in here. I do mean a little bit to just that will be enough. And then position it. That's it there. Just hold that for a bit. What I'll do is I'll run some thin glue underneath to make sure it's in its right place under there. So I'll turn it over this way, upside down. And that's just going to go on to there, eh? Should be right. Yeah, that's the one. So I'll put this in. Just run that along there. Oh, sorry if I did that off camera then. Should be good. All right. It's a strange shape the way it goes on, but these triangular corner pieces here just make it so much easier. The instructions don't say a particular order to put this in, so I think we'll try and do the other side now. Exactly the same way. It's going to be like that. So again, just put a drop of in here. That's it. That's what it needs. Put that in here. That's it. It's all right now. There we go. It's looking good. And the same thing, I'll run some extra thin along here. Looks like the extra thin could use a top up. Just hold that in place. And again, I try to place the glue on the surfaces that you can't see. Guess you won't be able to see it's underneath. So there we go there. And now we've got a piece to go behind the seat there, which will be this one. And putting it upside down won't work. And let's see how well that goes. Oh, looking pretty good to me. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay. So that's it. I'll just run the glue down. There. Or this way. Although, might do this edge here first. Okay. There we go. I'll run that glue under there, I think. Yeah. Sorry. Let's see. we go. There's the last piece going to go in like that there. Very good. Hope you can see that. Yep. It's good. It looks like the turret's going to just slide in there. I was worried. I was thinking, oh, hang on, those pieces overhang a little bit, so maybe the turret is going to fit on that all right, I hope. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. What's going on there? All right, so far so good. The next piece is, well, it'll be this, our main gun. And that's going to sit there. And, of course, right side up helps. For a second there I thought, oh, she don't fit. Oh yes, look at that. Clips in there beautifully. Look at that. Okay. There's Tamiya for you. Beautiful. All right. Make sure it's all up against where I want it. That looks good. Okay. Glue just runs straight through. You only need the smallest amount, hey? And it's done. Good. This one. A little bit in there. That. We can go a bit more. Needs to be done along the bottom there. Like that. It's good. Our turret still goes up and down. Important. I do realise now I didn't need to paint this the undercoat, because this still has to be painted yet, so not to worry. Okay, just go like that. There we go. Hold that for 5 seconds. Actually, I'm extending that. I'm making it 9 seconds now. Old Hibbo commenting on his thing, he thinks it should be 8 is long enough, but I'm going to go with 9 from now on. I just feel that's going to make me a bit more confident if I give it 9 seconds. There we go. Rotates. Done. There's our chair in there, looks good. All right, I'm happy with that. So I guess I put the top on now, eh? The top, the roof, upper deck, just the top, eh? I'm just going to go with the top. Is that what it's telling me to do? Just double checking instructions. Yes. All right, let's do a test fit. This is where you see it's all going to close up. Oh, I just bumped the railing. I heard that click off then. I'm just going to have to touch that up. Touch that. Just do. I just heard this tiny little click and I thought, one of those rails, which, yeah, can't avoid. So this is going to sit in there. Slowly moving it in. I feel that once this goes in, I won't be taking it out. That's one. Okay. And it is a tight fit. In fact, I may have to shave off a little bit, it looks like. Or can we get that in? It went in there. That's good. I'll go this side now. There it is. There is a gap along there, but I think we can fix that. Oh, it fixed itself. It just settled in. Look at that. Once again. All right. But you see what I mean by not being able to see inside, because we're going to have our tank crew hanging out here. So we may be able to see a little bit past them. So that's fine. That's why I'm glad I did it that color inside. But yeah, that's good. So I'm just going to run some glue around in there, and that'll be ready for its undercoat on the outside. And as for the holes there, well, I'm just going to stick some, I don't know, cotton bud or something in there. Won't take much just to block the holes as I'm spraying. And yeah, that's great. In fact, I could probably take that roof off and spray it separate. No, I won't. I'll spray it all on there. That'll be all right. I'll find something to put in there. Yeah, there you go. There's our turret. Good. Oh, and also on the back, which I sprayed earlier, which again was no need to, was this basket or piece here. That goes pretty much just like that. Yeah. All right. But I can put that on after I've painted this, but at least that's already undercoated. In fact, actually, I may have to leave this off a bit longer because I've still got to do some more layers of paint and I won't be able to get in under there because this is sort of off the turret a bit. You see the gap there? So yeah, I'll keep that separate. Yeah. All right. Excellent. I'll be back in a minute. So what do you think of this? So here it is ready to paint. You see I've got blocked up the holes with some sponge. I got quite creative. There's some sponge in there and a bit of cardboard in the top. But the most ingenious part is, look at that. I got a bit of cardboard, bits of sponge, and a toothpick holding it all in place. And we're good to paint. There you go, eh? Where there's a will, there's a way. So, yeah, I'm going to go paint this now. I'll go put the grey on the rest, the grey primer on all of this. And then we'll come back and have a look at what we're up to next. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, welcome back. So I've got the turret undercoated in grey and it's drying. So while that's happening, the next stage will be on painting, will be the hull, the upper hull, those two guards that I had off separate, the turret and the storage box on the turret, and there's probably the gun as well, all to be done in a dark grey. That'll be the next thing, because that is the base that the chipping fluid will go onto, which is my AK Warnefx acrylic fluid for chipping. That will go over the black. Hopefully I'll get that black done today. There's a pretty good chance I might, but it is Sunday, the public holiday here, so I've got tomorrow as well, which is a bonus, so it will get done. But now, moving on to the cupula. I think it's called capula or cupula. I don't know. Tricky. But this is what we're up to on step 33. So we need most of the parts off the E-sprue, but the main ring here is this one, which is C27. So I'm just going to swap for my better eyes and just chip these off. We'll trim them up afterwards. Just want to get the pieces off first. That's going to go, yeah, quite complicated looking thing that is. Fortunately, all the pieces that go around it are the same E26s. So E26 is what we need. Let's have a look. Find sprue E. Okay, so here's our sprues B. We've got two of them. Oh, I see them here. So here's the pieces here. We need number 26s, which are those three. 2, 3. There's 3 more, I wonder. No, we only need 3. So there must be spares or just filling in space on the extra sprue. Looks like they just print off. Yeah. So we'll take these off. 26. 1, 2, 3. And then we want, well, they go on before the next lot, but we'll take them off anyway. E13, which is these ones here. 1, 2, 3. Put them there like that. And then we want E25. It looks like, let's see. Now there is actually more of them. I was just counting by the numbers on here, but they're pointing, some of them are pointing to 2. So the E26s, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaves us 1 spare. I don't think we'll lose those. And these ones we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 2. So we've got 3, 4, 5. It's those. And then we need E25s. Again, 5 of them. E25s. are these ones. 1, 2, 3. Again, I'll tidy these all up after. Just want to get them all off. 1, 2, 3. Another 2 on here. One, 2. That's 5. Right, and that is all we need. We need C54, which is the top ring on that. Saw that earlier. C54 is this one here. 2. All right. All our pieces. But they do need to be put on in order, like the 26s, the 13s, then the 25s, which go on the inside by the look of it. The 25s are the ones that are painted, so 26s and 23s will all be the brown tan color of the tank, and these ones on the inside are X18 and F1, XF1, which is their white and I saw that 18. What was that? White and semi-gloss black. Yeah, that'll be these pieces here, and which is just that centerpiece by the looks of it. Yeah. Okay, that'll be a brush job. No problem. And then there's a certain way to attach them. All right. Well, I'll clean up all these pieces now, and then we'll come back and have a look at getting them fitted. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Hi, welcome back. So I've got all the pieces trimmed up for this, and looking at the instructions on the painting and where it goes, and then of course I had to go over the page to check because I'm having my hatch open as in step A because I'm doing the North Africa one, so it has to be open. So there's 2 little hatches which I have in here at the moment, but I've got them closed at the moment because what I'll do is I'll close them, not glued in, but just for the paint, so the paint won't go in, because on the inside of here it's going to be white, and the little bits on these will be white with a little bit of black in the center. But once it's the top's on and those hatches are closed, that'll protect that for when I'm doing the outside, which is all going to be the tan color. That's how the way I figured out doing it the best, the best way of doing it. These I'll have to spray separately, so I'll you know, put them on my little chopstick with blue tack, and then I'll spray them all white. I'll hand brush the little black areas in on the inside there. That'll be fine. But at the moment, I'm just going to put these together. I've checked and test fitted. It's all quite simple, really. These little pieces here will just go over on the ends like this. Just vibe around and work my way around and connect them all on, and then these ones go in between. So yeah, it's not hard. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll put this together and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, welcome back. So I put these together. As you can see, I painted it white inside. I did the center pieces in the dark rubber as they wanted. It's come up really nice, hey? See the other side there? Alright, so what I'm going to do with this piece now is, this is the top of the hatch, and it sits down on there like that, pretty much. Just make sure that's in. That goes in there like that. So on top of there will go the doors, or the hatch doors like this. So that's going to go like that on there. It's a bit awkward doing this under the camera, but the idea will be putting those on. See if I can get that in there. Yep. Never wants to when you expect. Anyway, just try again. Maybe I'll get lucky with the tweezers. Sorry about bumping the camera. Okay, so that's in like that. Then we put, this one's going to go like this. There we go. Right, so the idea will be to paint it in the undercoat this like that in the grey, then do the dark grey on top. This will be all the tan of the tank, but I won't glue them down. They're only to stop the paint getting inside where it's white. And what I will do is I will, once it's painted, open them up and they will get attached. I'll paint the underside and they will attach here because these have to be in the open position. That little square on there will be the rubber black again, and the same on that square there, be rubber black. And then I can open them up and no paint got inside. Hey, and this is where one of our little figures sits, so I don't think we'll see much in there anyway. But anyway, that's the way I think I can go about doing that. All right, so I'm going to finish up here now because it's long enough, and I'm afraid I didn't get to paint the big main body of the tank and all that, but I'll do that in the next episode because that's the next thing to be done. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's all going to be done in the dark grey. That's basically for two reasons. One will be because I'll need to put the chipping fluid over that dark grey, but also because it'll create a bit of shadowing in amongst all the nooks and crannies throughout the tank for when the tan desert, this one, goes over the top, light brown DAK XF93. That's the actual tank colour, but that'll look good when it's all on the top. We're getting close to that. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to whip over to Jason's and Simon's channels. Their links are in the description below. If you need any good quality products for your stuff, hit hickysticky.com up and whip over there and have a look at their good stuff. As you saw, my drill bits, but I also use their paint brushes and glues and lots of stuff now. And yeah, fantastic. So please, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you've got any comments below, go for it. Put all your comments down there. I'll answer all your comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know, get notified when the next video comes up. And I'll see you all in this German Panzer tank group build, which I think I'm winning at the moment. Don't tell anyone. All right, bye for now.